This happy little elf game is so stupid. You tap and wait and tap and wait. Hey, what if I buy a bushel barrel full of elf berries? That should speed things up. I spent $1,000? Oh well, I'll just tell them that my kid did it and get a refund. Uh-oh.
One of the first games I installed when I got my iPad was the free-to-play game based on one of the longest-running TV shows in history, The Simpsons. The Simpsons Tapped Out is arguably one of the best Simpson games ever made, to a certain degree. The game starts off with Homer causing a meltdown at the nuclear power plant, destroying the city of Springfield, giving you the task of rebuilding it with your own touch. If you're a Simpsons fan, then you'll no doubt smile when certain buildings and characters become available, and you may even find yourself thinking back to episodes of the show as to where certain buildings were placed. Another nice touch with The Simpsons Tapped Out is its change of seasons and holidays. From Easter to Christmas, summer to winter, each one is a memorable Simpsons experience. The game never stays exactly the same for too long. It is constantly updated with new items, giving you many options when it comes to decorating your Springfield. The character models are true to their cartoon counterparts and are very well animated, not to mention the animated cutscenes, which are a really nice addition. I was hoping for a few more of these, yet they completely died off, making the negatives of The Simpsons Tapped Out stand out even more.
Hey boy!
There is plenty to keep you occupied in rebuilding Springfield, from roads, houses, businesses and other landmarks. You can even rebuild the Squidport and Krusty Land, and it all seems like great fun to do. If they weren't trying to get you to use the very expensive in-game currency every chance they get. The Simpsons Tapped Out is more than just a city building simulator. It is also a game that will test your willpower, especially if you're a long-time fan. The in-game currency is donuts, and they are implemented into every facet of The Simpsons Tapped Out. The need to purchase donuts with real-world money for premium characters and items is one thing some people could find themselves getting a bit twitchy about, because if you don't spend some real-world money, it can take a long time to do anything in the town of Springfield. Unless of course you have a few hours to spare to go on a farming spree with one house type, or to try to add heaps of friends to your list to pick up some extra money and XP. There are of course different attributes for you to take into account with the conformometer, so you can keep an eye on how well your Springfield is doing, but as far as I can tell, ignoring them has little to no negative impact on gameplay at all. After a few good months of playing Tapped Out, I found it becoming more of a chore than anything else. Even with the addition of rebuilding Krusty Land, which is even worse than rebuilding Springfield when it comes to microtransactions, the game became nothing more than something to do before going to bed. The storytelling of goals on some occasions became so wordy that I found myself just tabbing through the text captions just so I could get to the point of giving the characters the longest jobs that I could. While there are some good ideas in The Simpsons Tapped Out as far as it being something of a companion to the TV show, with guest characters being given as freebies on some occasions, the good ideas are overshadowed by a money-hungry, free-to-play model. And while The Simpsons Tapped Out does a great job of grabbing your attention at the beginning with its animated cutscenes and the prospect of building your very own Springfield from scratch, after a while it becomes a lesson in futility, with the realization that unless you're willing to fork out some real-world cash, then it's going to take you a while before anything really starts happening in your Springfield. I'll admit, I did end up spending some money on this game, because I did enjoy my time with it, and if it offered a little bit more with its free-to-play model, without making you feel like your gaming experience relied on buying donuts so much, then I would most likely be playing it just as much to this day. If you're a Simpsons fan, then you'll find some great quirks with this game, and should get quite a bit of entertainment out of it. Just ensure you change the settings so you have confirmation prior to using donuts for purchases, otherwise you could find those rare donuts gone in no time. For now, you could say I'm all tapped out with this Simpsons game, and don't plan on going back to it anytime soon. I'm giving The Simpsons Tapped Out a 6.5 out of 10.
Thank you, come again.